4-year-old boy was hospitalized for 10 days earlier this month after swallowing a button battery.
From engagement rings to a whole dumbbell weighing 2 kilograms, X-rays have managed to reveal some of the craziest things inside human bodies. From the outside, someone might look completely normal, but in this strange world, you never know whether they've had a mishap and are sitting around with a bottle up their behind. These things might seem like they're too wild to be true, but stick around because we're about to go through 20 of the strangest things discovered by X-rays. Number 20, bobby pins inside a boy's kidney. So imagine this. Doctors in Saudi Arabia were totally floored when they uncovered the real reason behind a young boy's urinary tract infection. The kid showed all the usual signs of a UTI, but the cause was anything but ordinary. An X-ray and a CT scan revealed something truly shocking. A 2-inch bobby pin lodged right inside his kidney. Turns out the boy finally confessed to his parents that he'd swallowed the pin weeks earlier. They had hoped it would just pass through his system without any drama. Instead, the pin embarked on a wild and dangerous journey from his digestive tract to his kidney, even managing to puncture his intestine on its way. The doctors had to act quickly to remove the pin through surgery. As soon as they did, the boy's symptoms vanished almost instantly. This whole bizarre ordeal really brings home the unexpected dangers of swallowing non-food items. Kids are naturally curious creatures, always exploring in ways that can surprise us adults. This curiosity can sometimes lead to risky situations, just like this one. It's super important to keep small, hazardous objects out of their reach. For parents and caregivers, this story is a strong reminder to stay vigilant. While it's impossible to prevent every accident, creating a safe environment and teaching kids about the dangers of swallowing non-food items can make a huge difference. And if an accident does happen, seeking medical help immediately is always the best move. Number 19, a smart smuggling operation. In the notorious maximum security prison in El Salvador, officials discovered 4 inmates hiding cell phones within their bodies. These cunning prisoners managed to smuggle phones inside their bodies, and suspicious officials, armed with X-ray machines, uncovered this high-tech smuggling operation. While the authorities wisely withheld the prisoners' names, there are some very serious questions about prison security and the lengths people will go to stay connected in the digital age. Number 18, misadventures with a dumbbell. An unnamed 54-year-old Brazilian man began a journey that would leave both him and the medical professionals bewildered. With complaints of constipation, nausea, and stomach pain, he came to the halls of a hospital in Manaus looking for help. The doctors, perplexed by his condition, decided to peer into the depths of his abdomen using the technology of X-rays. Little did they know what they were about to discover. As the images revealed, nestled within the confines of his posterior region was a 2-kilogram dumbbell. While the man hesitated to divulge the true origin of his discomfort, the evidence was laid bare for all to see. There's no way a dumbbell randomly made its way inside this man without him noticing. This was a deliberate move. The medical team found themselves faced with a conundrum. How does one go about retrieving a dumbbell from such a delicate region without causing further distress or undue embarrassment? Well, the story leaves us hanging. One can only hope that the man found a resolution to his predicament and perhaps learned a valuable lesson about the perils of misadventures with fitness equipment. Remember, when it comes to exercise equipment, let's keep it where it belongs, outside of the world of uncomfortable and unimaginable places. Number 17, a bottle in the intestines. Over in Fujian, China, a man showed up at the emergency room with stomach pains. Now, a lot of people come in with tummy aches, so nobody initially suspected anything too out of the ordinary. The man, who preferred to stay anonymous, also claimed he had no idea why his stomach hurt. But what the doctors discovered on the X-rays left them utterly baffled. A whole bottle was nestled in his abdomen. The man eventually admitted that he had inserted it himself and tried to remove it with a hooked wire, which also got stuck, making the situation even more complicated. The doctors had no choice but to operate. To everyone's absolute dismay, surgery revealed that the bottle had punctured his bowel in several places. What started as a reckless attempt at self-medication turned into an unforgettable ordeal for the hospital staff. This story is a stark reminder to leave medical procedures to the professionals and, for the love of all things sensible, not to insert bottles where they shouldn't be. Number 16. A strange light bulb incident. In Pakistan, Mr. Muhammad found himself in a truly illuminating predicament. In the most bizarre series of events, Mr. Muhammad woke up to discover a glass light bulb nestled, quite uncomfortably, in his backside. To make matters worse, he was a prison inmate who had to go through this terrible experience. Doctors had to perform a delicate 1.5-hour surgery to remove the bulb without breaking it, which could have led to even more complications. Muhammad claimed ignorance, suggesting either the police or other prisoners might have done this to him. While his tale is hard to believe, it's a reminder of the strange twists life can take and the lengths doctors go to help. Number 15. Swallowed cobblestones. In the city of Foshan, a young woman named O had a very unconventional coping mechanism. After a heated argument with her boyfriend, O decided to swallow 20 cobblestones, and then she basically forgot about the strange thing that she had just done. As the days passed, the stones wreaked havoc on her stomach, making her feel seriously ill. Desperate for relief, she sought medical help, embarking on a journey that was anything but ordinary. Once the doctors came into the picture, they faced the daunting task of taking out 20 cobblestones from a human stomach. It was no easy feat, but with their expertise, they successfully performed surgery and rescued her from her rocky predicament. While this incident might sound almost too funny to be real, it serves as a reminder that emotions can lead us down some unexpected paths. Next time O has a disagreement with her boyfriend, we hope she chooses to have ice cream or a good venting session with friends instead. Number 14. Stolen jewelry and a unique hiding spot. In the bizarre world of crime, some stories truly defy belief. Take Joseph Bravo Ramos, for instance. Caught behind the wheel of a stolen car loaded with loot from a recent heist, his situation took an even stranger turn when he was hauled off to jail. A routine X-ray unveiled an astonishing revelation. Ramos had swallowed 2 gold necklaces in a desperate bid to conceal them. This odd and risky maneuver quickly spiraled into a health emergency, necessitating surgery to retrieve the jewelry from his stomach. The necklaces were eventually fished out and returned to their rightful owner, leaving everyone involved utterly flabbergasted. It even sparked a curious debate. Would the owner actually want the necklaces back after such an ordeal? The sheriff thought so, though likely after a thorough cleaning. Ramos's antics highlight the extreme lengths some individuals will go to evade capture, even at great personal risk. Swallowing non-food items, particularly valuable ones, can lead to serious medical complications. For Ramos, his attempt to hide his ill-gotten gains backfired spectacularly, not only failing but also endangering his health. This incident shows the importance of comprehensive searches and scans by law enforcement. Modern technology like X-ray machines can unearth hidden contraband in the most unexpected places, but it also reveals just how inventive criminals can be. This tale serves as a stark warning for both criminals and police officers. The hazards associated with such desperate measures are significant, and the consequences can be severe. For Ramos, what started as a cunning scheme ended with him on an operating table and facing additional charges. Number 13. The keys in the eye. In Perryville, Kentucky, young Nicholas Holderman found himself in a truly eye-opening situation, quite literally. One fateful day, the innocent toddler took a tumble and landed right on his parents' car keys. Unfortunately, the keys went into Nicholas's eye. His panicked parents rushed him to the hospital, where doctors prepared for an extraordinary rescue mission. Armed with their medical expertise and a touch of magic, they delicately extracted the key from his eye. Miraculously, Nicholas escaped without any major damage. This is one of those moments that makes you appreciate why some people become surgeons, because had it not been for their experience, Nicholas's life would have been in serious danger. Number 1278. Forks and spoons in the stomach. In Rotterdam, Holland, Margaret Dahlman had a culinary quirk that went beyond eccentric. She had a bizarre taste for cutlery. This odd obsession with swallowing forks and spoons eventually landed her in serious medical trouble. Persistent stomach pains led her to seek medical attention, where an X-ray revealed something astonishing. 78 forks and spoons nestled in her stomach. Margaret confessed to having an uncontrollable urge to consume silverware. Following a critical surgery to remove the utensils, she was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. This diagnosis shed light on her peculiar cravings and behaviors. Thankfully, Margaret made a full recovery and is now responding well to therapy. Her story underscores the critical need to seek help for unusual compulsions, highlighting the severe health risks tied to consuming non-food items, especially sharp objects like cutlery. The sheer number of items Margaret ingested made her case particularly dangerous, but it also spotlights the challenges faced by those with certain mental health conditions. Borderline personality disorder, in particular, can trigger impulsive behaviors and extreme stress responses. Addressing these underlying issues is crucial for preventing dangerous actions and enhancing overall well-being. For anyone grappling with similar compulsions, seeking professional help is vital. Mental health professionals can offer the support and treatment needed to manage these behaviors and ensure safety. Number 11, scissors left behind. We find ourselves in Brazil, where Clinton Jose Zanata, a local councilman from Nova Santa Helena, went in for a routine tumor removal surgery. He thought it was going to be just another day under the knife, but he was in for a complete shock. After the surgery, things seemed fine at first, but 6 days later, he started feeling unwell. Something was seriously off, so they did a CT scan, and what they found was nothing short of jaw-dropping. A gigantic pair of scissors was found in his intestines. Without wasting any time, Clinton underwent another surgery on January 26 to bid farewell to his unexpected scissors. Thankfully, he felt fine after the procedure. But how did those scissors even get in there? This could have been nothing but a surgical error, which can have serious consequences. And it turns out, leaving objects behind after surgery isn't just a Brazilian thing. It's a global issue, with incidents reported in countries like India and beyond. Number 10, a man with a stomach full of coins. Imagine a scene in India where a 58-year-old man shows up at the hospital with a relentless stomachache. His worried family rushes him in, and what the doctors discover is nothing short of mind-boggling. This man had swallowed 187 coins over the past few months. These coins had caused a massive blockage and dilation in his stomach, making immediate surgery absolutely necessary. In a 2-hour operation, the skilled medical team extracted every single coin, which collectively weighed a whopping 1.5 kilograms. Post-surgery, the man's condition stabilized, and he was even able to chat with the medical staff. The surgeon who led the operation was stunned, calling it a first in his 40-year career. This astonishing case shines a light on the extreme and bizarre lengths some people will go to and underscores the critical importance of seeking medical help before things spiral out of control. Swallowing coins or any foreign objects can lead to severe health issues, including dangerous blockages and internal damage. The man's decision to turn his stomach into a piggy bank wasn't just unusual. It was downright life-threatening. Number 9, a rubber duck. In London, an elderly man shocked doctors when an X-ray revealed an extremely strange discovery. A fully intact rubber duck was nestled in his stomach. The 78-year-old patient confessed that he accidentally swallowed the toy during his morning bath. The medical team swiftly removed the toy, ensuring the patient's safety. The incident left everyone chuckling, and the hospital staff couldn't resist teasing the man about his newfound quack in the medical records. From now on, they vowed to recommend more conventional bath time companions, preferably ones that are less likely to cause such a massive surprise. Number 8, a magnet swallowed. In Changsha, China, a 3-year-old girl ingested a magnetic piece that ended up inside her tummy. But that isn't even the most shocking part of the story. The unsuspecting toddler swallowed not 1, not 2, but 37 whole magnetic beads known as buckyballs. These magnets then turned into a bracelet-like loop inside her stomach, causing her severe pain. Finally, when her parents brought her to the hospital, the doctors were in for quite the surprise. An X-ray revealed what was taking place inside the little girl's body, and things were so bad that the medical team had no choice but to perform surgery to remove the rogue magnets and patch up 5 resulting holes in her stomach. This young adventurer certainly tested the limits of her magnetic attraction, learning the hard way that she should stick to traditional toys. This incident is a stark reminder for parents to keep a close eye on their children's choice of playthings. Number 7. Heart-shaped chest. Doctors at Rady Children's Hospital in San Diego were met with an unexpected display of love during an X-ray. A 3-year-old girl had ingested a heart-shaped pendant, which showed up as a perfect outline inside her chest. The incident occurred after the young girl complained of discomfort and difficulty swallowing. The medical team swiftly devised a plan to safely retrieve the pendant. As they prepared for the procedure, they couldn't help but admire the irony and charm of the situation. Dr. Shelby Lynn, an associate professor of surgery, remarked how it's not every day we get to witness such a literal expression of love in an X-ray. With expertise and care, the pendant was successfully removed, allowing the little girl to continue spreading love in more conventional ways. This heartwarming tale is sure to bring a smile to your face. Number 6. Electronics in the wrong place. Young Katie Smith suddenly started showing bizarre symptoms, including gagging, phlegm, and an aversion to food. Her mom, Christina Smith, was understandably worried. Who wouldn't be if it was their daughter? The medical journey began with a visit to a local hospital where the doctor thought it was just the flu or a cold. But Christina wasn't satisfied and sought more opinions, which is always a good move. After several doctors shrugged it off as a common childhood ailment, fate changed things forever. A 5th doctor at Toronto's renowned Hospital for Sick Children decided to take a deeper look and ordered X-rays. And guess what? Hidden in Katie's esophagus was not a plastic bottle cap or a coin, but a lithium button cell battery. The doctor removed the battery, ending Katie's unexpected story with dangerous electronics in her system. This little adventure serves as a reminder of the unexpected treasures kids can stumble upon. Let Katie's tale be a cautionary story for parents everywhere. Number 5. The makeshift toothpick. Kong Lin, a 27-year-old man from eastern China, found himself in a rather peculiar situation. It all started innocently enough when he borrowed a 4-inch pair of nail scissors to use as a toothpick after a meal. Little did he know his dental adventure would take an unexpected turn. As fate would have it, one of his friends cracked a joke, making Mr. Lin burst into laughter. And in a bizarre twist of events, he promptly swallowed the clippers. Panic ensued as he tried to cough them up, but the points were facing upwards, lodging themselves deeper into his flesh. Rushed to the emergency hospital, Mr. Lin arrived in a twisted, pale, and sweaty state. The medical staff found themselves in a challenging scenario. The patient had difficulty swallowing, and blood was mixed with his saliva. X-rays revealed the full extent of the predicament, and surgery was necessary. However, they could only administer a local anesthetic. Knocking Mr. Lin out completely risked relaxing his body, causing the scissors to slide further down his throat. Fortunately, the skilled surgeons prevailed. With careful precision, they successfully removed the scissors, and much to everyone's relief, Mr. Lin managed to escape relatively unscathed. If it weren't for the surgeons, things could have gone in a very different direction, but Mr. Lin experienced a complete miracle. Number 4. Spongebob. This is one of the most baffling things that have ever happened in Saudi Arabia. A 16-month-old boy managed to turn his X-ray into a bizarre yet amusing scene. As the image developed, the medical team couldn't believe their eyes. It was none other than Spongebob SquarePants staring back at them. The mischievous toddler had swallowed a pendant belonging to his sister. Instead of a typical piece of jewelry, this pendant had SpongeBob's face etched into the metal, making it unmistakable on the X-ray. Radiologist Dr. Ahmed couldn't help but chuckle at the unexpected discovery. He claimed that he had seen some strange things in X-rays throughout his career, but Spongebob SquarePants took the cake for being the weirdest. The boy's parents were relieved to learn that the pendant was small enough to pass through his system without causing harm. This incident serves as a reminder to keep small objects out of reach of curious toddlers, but also shows you the surprising places where SpongeBob might turn up. Number 3. The Miracle Man. This Miracle Man is named Ron Hunt, a man who comes from Truckee. But what exactly did Ron do? While working on a construction project, Ron was using a drill above his head when his ladder began to wobble. In a split-second decision, he threw the drill down, but he lost his balance and fell face first onto the drill. The 18-inch long, 1.5-inch diameter chip auger drill bit impaled him through the eye and pierced his skull. In an astonishing stroke of luck, his brain shifted aside, sparing him from more severe damage. Rushed to the hospital, Ron's family braced for the worst, but against all odds, he survived this harrowing ordeal. Nurses and doctors were amazed by his miraculous survival, and his family couldn't believe their luck. Ron's story, now legendary in his community, shows that sometimes, even the most hopeless cases end up making it in the end. Number 2, the lost ring. This one involves a Seattle area woman who lost her wedding ring. The surprising culprit was none other than her adorable 14-month-old baby. According to a Reddit thread, doctors at a local hospital discovered the platinum wedding band inside the baby's gut through imaging tests. After 8 hours of observation, the tiny tot was discharged, and the parents were left with a unique waiting game. Nature had to take its course, so they had to wait for the ring to exit naturally. The parents were instructed to keep a close eye on their little one, eagerly anticipating the ring's grand exit. They dissected each diaper like scientists on a groundbreaking mission, hoping to find the precious band. The excitement among Reddit users was palpable as they followed this story. Finally, the moment of truth arrived. The couple successfully fished out the wedding band and proudly shared a photo as proof of their triumphant discovery. Amidst the celebration, the father expressed his gratitude that the baby showed no signs of discomfort during the passing process, and humorously asked everybody not to be too critical of them because he's the third child, and the third practically raises themselves. Parents know all too well that babies have a knack for putting everything in their mouths. It's a milestone that allows them to explore the world around them. So next time you misplace something, remember to check your baby's mouth. It might just save you from having to rush to the hospital with a matter of life and death. Number 1, self-pleasure gone wrong. Imagine that you're having a seemingly fun night, but then an accident suddenly turns that good night into a nightmare. This happened to an anonymous woman in the US, and her story began innocently enough. She wore a Vesper vibrator necklace to dinner with her boyfriend. Later, when they got home, they decided to get a bit more adventurous with it. Everything seemed fine until she suddenly felt a sharp, intense pain. She had only been using the toy externally, so when it disappeared, panic set in. They couldn't find it anywhere. As the toy continued to buzz, it became clear that something was seriously wrong. She described feeling her entire abdomen vibrating each time the toy activated. Panicked and in pain, she rushed to the hospital. Initial pelvic exams didn't reveal anything unusual, leaving the doctors baffled. The mystery was finally solved with an X-ray, which showed the vibrator had entered her body through the urethra and lodged sideways in her bladder. The toy, which cleverly disguised itself as a necklace, had caused an unexpected and serious medical emergency. Dr. Greg Marchand, an experienced OB/GYN, was astonished by what he saw. He claimed that he had never seen a case like that in his entire career and was clearly taken aback by the unusual situation. The woman had to undergo emergency surgery to remove the vibrator. In the aftermath, she expressed her intent to sue the company that made the device. Moreover, she's reconsidering her use of toys in the future, hoping to be more careful. So while some foreign objects lodge themselves inside human bodies as accidents, others are quite intentional, and the most concerning cases are those in which you can't tell the difference.